We're living in a world where science fiction is no longer fiction. We can rewrite life itself, right down to its code. But if we can prevent suffering or even enhance human potential, should we? And what happens when only a few get to shape the future for the many? Today, we're diving into the moral crossroads of genetic modification, the biggest question humanity has ever faced. Okay, buckle up, because we're about to crack open the Pandora's box of science and ethics, genetic modification. Picture this. Something that used to belong in dystopian movies or Black Mirror episodes is now sitting in real-world labs. From juiced-up tomatoes that can survive the apocalypse to editing human DNA like you're copy-pasting in a Google Doc, this tech has the potential to reshape life as we know it. And of course, with great power comes moral chaos. The big questions here: should we tweak genes to save lives or create super babies? Or are we getting way too comfortable playing Dr. Frankenstein with the human blueprint? Let's start simple. If we can stop deadly diseases like cystic fibrosis or Huntington's with a gene editing tool like CRISPR, aka the molecular Swiss Army knife, most people would say, heck yeah, fire it up. It's like cutting the wiring on a time bomb in someone's DNA. But here's the twist. What if we go from saving lives to upgrading them? I mean, who doesn't want a kid who can dunk at 6 feet tall and play Beethoven at 3 years old? That's where things get spicy, because now we're crossing the line from fixing to enhancing. Are we solving problems, or just turning humanity into a deluxe Build-A-Bear workshop? Now, some critics say, whoa, chill with the God complex. They argue genetic editing isn't just science, it's stepping on nature's toes, or, depending on your belief system, God's toes. But hold on, aren't we already doing that? Medicine, vaccines, even glasses. Yep, your Warby Parkers are cheating nature too. So, if we're cool with heart transplants, why is tweaking DNA such a big no-no? Is natural even a real thing anymore, or is it just a vibe? And what about autonomy? Imagine being born with pre-installed traits because your parents decided you'd look cute with green eyes and have a killer fastball. Sure, you might love being the star pitcher, but what if deep down you just wanted to be a painter? Do we risk turning people into Sims characters, complete with preloaded aspirations and expansion packs? Now let's talk money, because you knew capitalism wasn't sitting this one out. Genetic editing is expensive, so if only the wealthy can afford it, congrats! You've just created genetic VIPs. Picture it, rich families editing their kids to ace math and sports while the rest of us are stuck doing long division on scratch paper. The gap between the haves and have-nots could turn into an unbridgeable chasm, like regular inequality but on steroids. Should governments step in to make this tech accessible for everyone? Or would that just lead to, I don't know, a black market of underground gene clinics run by sketchy scientists in basements? Oh, and let's not forget unintended consequences. You edit a gene to make someone faster, but oops, you also gave them a heart condition. Turns out, DNA is less like a user manual and more like a Jenga tower. Pull one piece and the whole thing might wobble. So how do we make sure we're not opening the floodgates to genetic disasters? And who's calling the shots here? Is it parents, governments, scientists? Who gets to say what's ethical and what's not? Different cultures, religions, and worldviews all have their own takes on this, which makes creating any kind of universal rulebook about as easy as assembling IKEA furniture blindfolded. Finally, the ultimate moral tug-of-war. Do we owe it to future generations to use this tech for good, or is it arrogant to make choices on their behalf? Sure, we could prevent genetic diseases and improve quality of life, but what if we accidentally pass down something catastrophic instead? Do we risk screwing over the very people we're trying to help? So, here we are at the crossroads, staring into the ethical abyss of genetic modification. Will this tech save humanity, or will it tear us apart faster than a Thanksgiving dinner debate about politics? Honestly, there's no easy answer. But one thing's for sure, we've got some serious thinking to do about who we are, what we value, and how far we're willing to go to play with the building blocks of life. I'll leave you to discuss in the comments. Should humanity draw a line with genetic modification, or is the future worth the risk? Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Take care of yourselves, take care of your loved ones, and I'll catch you soon in another video.